Boom, boom, we're in the room. It's another 10-minute training. Woo! I'm going to do is fake, canned applause is what I need. It's around, yay! Let's just get into my comments. Hello, everybody. How are you? That's a long time since I've done one of these because we had a little break, didn't we? A little week off. 10-minute training on how to grow a highly relevant network of potential hiring managers. As always, say hello, please, in the chat box, in the comments. Let me know where you're from, if you're in the UK, whereabouts in the UK, and if you're abroad, which country. So I know we have an international audience. This training that I'm going to give you has got some information, and I'm going to let you have that information right now. And then I'm going to start the clock, all right? We'll walk through the 5 key ways which you can grow your network on LinkedIn, because it's more than just sending out an invitation request, which you get a maximum of 100 a week that you're allowed to do on that. And if that's all you do, then you're going to get about 10% reply, and you'll grow by 10 connections, which is not exactly rapid, is it? So we'll see if we can't speed that up and get it up to more like, I don't know, 500 plus a month, rather than say, 40 or 50. So we'll see if we can't 10x your network growth by going through the 5 different ways in which we can do that. Kirigonda has just rocked into the room. Where are you from, Kirigonda? Let us know, please. Alina, who's backing me up, saying hello, everyone. The sun is out. I saw that sunshine there. The sun is shining in Nottingham, says Alina. Yeah, you bet it is. And it's glorious weather here. We will hope that we don't get a lot of noise in the background here. I will make sure I've got my special microphone on that takes a lot of the noise out, but there is some really loud work going on. Pneumatic chisels on concrete, so it's pretty loud, but hopefully you're not hearing that where you are. At the end of talking to you about how to grow your network, I'm going to let you get your hands on your own 6-figure LinkedIn network builder. All right, I'm just going to cover everything I talk about today, but in a lot more detail, so you can do it for yourself and you can have the world at your fingertips too, and that's completely free and on me. So get ready for that. Richard saying good afternoon from North London. Hi, Richard. How's it going? Will, hi, Will. How's it going? Thank you, Alina, in advance. You're welcome. So, first things first. Stuart's from Abu Dhabi. You're over there. Nice work. I'm going to do a quick share. Richard, where's it coming from? Il fait beau en France. I should think it is. You're only just over the water from us, aren't you, Richard? It's all very good news. Right, so let me just do this. I'm going to add something to string. There we go. That's my LinkedIn profile, which I'm going to operate in a minute. And what I want to do is I want to share something with you first. If you want to grow your LinkedIn network on LinkedIn, then there are 5 ways in which you can do that, okay? And I want to show you how to do that, because that way you'll be able to grow much faster than you can do just by sending out an invitation request. So let's say I wanted to connect to Matt Gray. I could just click on his profile, and then I could go down to here, and there you go. I could click connect, and I can do that 100 times a week. And the stats on LinkedIn tell me that I would get an acceptance rate of around 10%, and therefore 10 people would be added to my network, which is quite frankly really, really, really dull. 10 people a week is not going to grow me a network of hiring managers rapidly. So what I suggest you do is up here is do a search. Let's do, what do we want to search for? Let's say I was a project manager in financial services. I want to search for Lion, and I'm going to talk about what Lion means in a minute. And project manager. I want to connect to people. Did I type in that right? No. Those of you who know me well know my typing absolutely sucks. And financial services. Didn't type that right either. Right. Still got a D on the end of that. So, right. And now I'm only interested, so if I filter by people and I filter by locations, I'm only interested in the ones that are in the UK, because that's where I am. You filter by whatever location you're in. There are 129 people on LinkedIn who are project managers in financial services and have this magical word Lion on there. And I want to show you what that looks like. So I'm not looking for people like Darren, who's works as a project manager at Lion and Gazelle, or any of these. I'll show you what I'm looking for when I see it. Let's go on to the next page. There it is. See Sean file here? Got Lion in block capitals. It's sometimes on their name, sometimes it's in their job title, Lion. Now this here stands for LinkedIn Open Networker. It's a self-designated thing. You can call yourself a Lion if you want to. Please don't, and I'll explain why in a second. But those who have, what they're saying is that I'm an open networker on LinkedIn, which means that if you request to connect to me, I will say yes. Guaranteed acceptance. So that's great. So I can literally just connect to Sean. I'll press connect there, and bang, I'm definitely going to get a connection accepted. That's great. And I'm probably going to get one of these on every page. So let's have a little scooch down. And there you go. There's John. He hasn't got it in his name. Look, John's got it here at the end of his job title. LinkedIn Open Network, a Lion. He self-designated himself as a Lion. So I can connect to John. Let's connect. And let's do one more page, and then I'll talk about the value of them. All right. So I think these people. So for example, none of these are really what I would call proper grown-up Lions. They don't say in their name. They don't say it in their job title. No, they're all just work. They've just got the word Lion written on their profile somewhere for some reason, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone who's Lion, block capitals, and is out there as someone I can connect to. Let's see, there's one more we can find. I'm not seeing any more. Well, there you go. The project management community are not natural open networkers, but we found 3 already, so that's pretty good news. There's another one, Mark. See, he's got a Lion written next to his name, and you can just call yourself that. Right, now, what I'm going to do is just come back on screen for a second. Oh, hello. So LinkedIn Open Networker, so you can connect to those people. Why would you do it? Why bother? Why are you looking for these special Lions out there? Now, what happens is if you're an open networker, because you're guaranteed to accept people's invite requests, you tend to get a lot of people asking to connect with you, which means you end up with a very large network. Great. So if you connect to the Lion, you are now one step removed from their network, which is massive because loads of people have requested to connect to them. So there's a huge network out there that's connected to the Lion, whom you're connected to. So they're like a second level connection of yours. Everybody get that? So why is that useful? Because now you can go back into LinkedIn and do another search. Let's do that now. All right. Let's go back to, there we go. So if I once I've connected to all these people, if I then did a different search and I would put in program manager and financial services, this would be the kind of job title that somebody might have who wanted to hire me, and is possibly in the network of people that I've just connected to, these Lions. If I filter by second level connections, yeah, so I did people, that search string in the UK, and then filter by second level connections. There are 1,200 people in my world, there'll be a different number for you, who are program managers like this, who are in financial services, and see this here, we're connected to some of the same people, which means I can send them a message that says, hey Bob, I'd like to share my project management network with you. We know some of the same people, and if you want to connect to any of my network, then just let me know and I'll help you out. They never will, because once they're connected to you, they can just do that themselves. But that gets you a much higher acceptance rate, that message, which isn't possible unless you'd already connected to someone who was connected to them. Yeah, that level of mutuality that says, I know somebody you know. Hi Bob, we're connected to some of the same people. Happy to share my project management network with you. That suddenly stops you being a complete random stranger on the internet, and that you're offering to do something for them. And so instead of getting a 1 in 10 acceptance rate, you're getting a 30 to 50% acceptance rate, which is then steaming ahead. Instead of getting 40 connections, you're getting something like 120 connections a month. And could be a lot more than that. It could be 250, right? Just from that one tweak of being able to send out a message that isn't, hi, I'd like to be part of your network, but hi, I'd like to, we're connected to some of the same people, I'd like to share my network with you. That message gets a much higher rate. All we have to do is a little Lion piece in advance, and then you can send that message. So that's one way of dramatically punching up your LinkedIn invitations. Yes? Right. There are 4 other ways, okay? And we're running out of time, so I'm going to quickly whiz through these, and then I'm just going to invite you to a masterclass, which I think is probably easier. You can load up a personal address book with lots and lots and lots and lots of potential connections in from Yahoo or from your iPhone or wherever you've got an address book of contacts, right? And I would suggest that if you've got lots of other contacts in your address book, like your mum and your aunt and all the rest of it, just lift out all the business ones and dump them into a separate address book. Just literally copy and paste those across. And then you can literally go into LinkedIn and go to your connections page. And there's all instructions in the masterclass. And go to upload address book. And then what it'll do is it'll suck all that information up. And then it will compare all the email addresses in your address book with email addresses on LinkedIn. And when there's a match, LinkedIn will actually send those people an invitation to connect with you. They'll hand deliver it to their email inbox. Hey, Bob, Johnny's on LinkedIn, and I know you two have connected to each other in the past. Why don't you connect them on LinkedIn as well? LinkedIn will just do that for you. An official LinkedIn invitation to connect is going to get you a very, very high response rate. And of course, you can put all sorts of contacts on that address book. So that's the second way of doing things. The third thing is you can join groups on LinkedIn. I think you can belong to up to 100 groups. And you can message people in groups, and you have an unlimited number of messages you can send to a fellow group member, even if you're not connected to them. Just by being both members of the same group, you can message them in the group. Hi, Bob. We're both members of the Project Management in Financial Services group. Happy to share my project management network with you. If you want to connect with any, then just let me know. Otherwise, head over to my profile and hit connect. And you're going to get a lot of people who do that. And you've got an unlimited number of messages you can do that to, right? So if you get an address book and you get those, as well as a 30 to 50% acceptance rate on your own messages because you did the Lions exercise, then suddenly you're really cranking up the numbers that are connecting to you every week. And when you go into a group, you can actually do a search across the members of the group to see which members are particularly relevant to you. So you don't have to invite all the members, just the ones you particularly want to be connected to. And of course, you've got your own content. I've just done a post on LinkedIn, and at the bottom of the post, it says, if you like this stuff, then connect to me and you'll get more of it. And some people will. And so you've got lots of ways there in which you can dramatically grow your network. And what I've done is I've recorded about a 1 hour masterclass on exactly this, completely free, where I screen share everything step by step by step by step by step. So you can do the same too. And instead of having 40 new people join your network every month maximum, you can get sort of 500 plus. And if those people are all highly relevant hiring managers, then two magical things happen as a result. One is that when they do a search on LinkedIn, what LinkedIn tends to do is when the search results, they prioritize that person's first level connections. It's not absolute, but there is a very strong bias towards showing them people who match their search results who are also first level connections. So you want to be a first level connection of as many hiring managers as possible. Secondly, when you do any content on LinkedIn, and there's another masterclass about that, when you do content on LinkedIn, it gets shown to a percentage of your network, up to about 10%. And so you want your network to be as big as possible so that you can get your content seen by as many people as possible. What happens is the algorithm it does a little test, send it out to 10%, see what people respond like. And if there's no comments and no likes, it won't bother giving it a distribution boost. But if people are liking it and commenting on it, then well, that must be interesting. We'll give that a bit more of a push. And of course, that gets you known by more people. And the other thing is that it also pushes you up the search results when people are doing a search for someone like you, because you're also a content provider. So there's masterclasses on content, there's masterclasses on profiles. In fact, I'm doing a masterclass on profiles later on today. But the reason why you grow your network is so that you become much more visible to people who might hire you. Yeah, so that's huge, isn't it? So that is a very, very fast whiz through a whole bunch of stuff there that, Lions, your LinkedIn invite requests, your personal address book, groups, your own content, bunch of stuff in there. If you want a free masterclass on how to explode the growth of your LinkedIn network with highly relevant manager contacts, so you become their go-to candidate next time they're looking for someone like you, then I suggest there's a playbook for that as well, which goes with the masterclass. So I've written it down for you as well as recorded it. Then I would just put free masterclass in the comments, please. And we'll send you the link to watch that. It's about, I think it's up to nearly an hour long, so it's quite a lot of detail in there. But it just means that you too can just pause it, implement, pause, implement, just do all that. So if you want your own 6-figure LinkedIn network builder, all right, masterclass along with a playbook, then just comment free masterclass and it's all yours. All right. If you don't comment, you won't get it. So There you go. Alina's loving the global audience today. We've got people from all over the place, haven't we? Yeah. France, Abu Dhabi, we've got India, all over. There you go. There you go. Free LinkedIn profile masterclass. So that's the network I've just been talking about. I'm actually doing a profile masterclass at 3 o'clock today. You can get yourself a spot on that. That's a full-blown, that'll take about an hour, that one. And I'm going to walk through how to construct an amazing profile rather than just, what I was talking about just now, which is grow your network. So that masterclass is happening at 3 o'clock today. But for now, I was just writing free masterclass. All right, there you go. Just comment free masterclass and we'll send you the LinkedIn Network Masterclass, all right? If you want the LinkedIn Profile Masterclass, that's actually happening live in about an hour and a half. That's it, look after yourselves. That's me, done. That was your 10-minute training on LinkedIn Network. You can explode the growth with perfectly relevant hiring managers. Go fill your boots. Take care.